So in Singapore, we don't get Founders Edition Nvidia graphics cards. It's most likely because Jensen's leather coat is just too hot to wear in Singapore and he'd have to take it off, so he's probably upset with us. But that doesn't change the fact that we have not one. What do we got here? 1, 2, but 3 4090s to at least open up and take a look at them, since we're technically not allowed to show our benchmark numbers yet. So, I don't know, pick one. I think I'm gonna start with the AORUS, have a look at that real quick, see what's inside of it. Talk about the overall features. So, wind force, that's what they have. That's their fans. And I noticed this time around, all the vendors seem to really focus on their fans and how hot it is. And I think that's maybe because how the 3090s, they weren't too hot, but the graphics cards run hot. And I noticed the vendors all seem to really be talking about their fans, their profiles to keep the devices quiet. So, what else do we got on this one? This one also. So there's something really, really nice about this one that I do want to bring up that I think is quite important. So when you look at the website, they talk about a light for when you have power issues. So we do know that the amount of power these things are going to need is crazy. Some of them are saying 850 watts. Some of them are recommending a 1,000 watt power supply. This one was pretty interesting because they supposedly put a light to tell the gamer, I don't know, I'm not gonna use the word gamer, the person who owns it, might not be a gamer, that their lighting, there's a power issue possibly, and it gives a nice indicator light. So I think that's I wouldn't say, it almost becomes a standard feature soon, not a needed, like a nice to have, to know that there might be power issues. Let's see what we got. Okay, so this is going to be the, holy crap, 4-to-1 cable. Yeah, 4-to-1, okay. These things I'm not happy about, but there's not much we can do. Brackets to take the weight off of how heavy these things are. What else do we have? Screws. Little sticker. Look, I'm actually ready to stretch my arms before I pull this thing out. This thing's freaking heavy. Oh my God. Holy crap. You know, I've been waiting to upgrade my system to a 4000 series. I still have a 1080. This thing is a monster compared to what I have. And even compared to, I would say, 3080s and 30 and the AMD cards we've been messing with. So let's open this thing. Thanks. Wow. This is, it's got that new unused GPU smell of metal. It's great. Wow. So, a couple other, man, holy crap. A couple other nice features. They have the AORUS. What do they actually call that? Let's take a look at it. LCD Edge View. So, actually, that's pretty nice as well. Right here, we'll show the temperature. So you can actually see what the temperature of the card is, which is going to be a pretty nice feature for a lot of people. I guess if you mount this thing like this and you bend your PCI slot. Holy hell, this thing is huge. There is so much heatsink on this thing. It's insane. It's literally 4 slots. So it also has 24 gigs of GDDR6X memory. It's still PCIe 4.0, 1 HDMI 2.1, and 3 DisplayPort 1.4s on the back of it. So kind of a letdown. I don't know, I wish they'd just go all, maybe half and half would be a good step. You know, into DisplayPort 2.0 is coming out, maybe 2 HDMI, 1 DisplayPort, 1 DP 2.0 would have been nice for the price of this thing. But yeah, that's it. I wish we could plug it in and show off the lighting. Maybe we'll do that in the B-roll for now. But that's our first one. Let's go take a look at what else we have. This one is Gaming Mix Trio. This once again is a 4090. It's gonna have the 24 gigs of memory, and they are focusing on their fans as well. Torx Fans 5.0 is what they're saying here, and they call it Tri-Frozen, well, there's no ER, okay. Frozer without an E. 3, once again, like heavily focused on the cooling aspect of these cards, and I think we all know why at the moment. When you start sucking back, 850 watts, you've got to get, that heat has to go somewhere. So let's see what we got inside this one. Okay. Let's start with our side packaging. So, this one is only using 3 instead of 4 this time, which is good. And I think that might equate for the difference of their the recommendation for this one is 850 watt power supply. So the AORUS was 1,000, this is 850 watt, which is why it's only 3 to 1 instead of 4 to 1. And that's something I would definitely look at if you're thinking about going baller. Look at the free space on your power supply unit, make sure it's got enough wattage. In general, just make sure you will have enough free cables to do this. I don't know, these brackets are, I guess, standard now. So you have a bracket to take the weight off of the card itself. Ugh, wow, the sucker's in there. This is hilarious. Oh my God, they love the weight. Manual, user guide, QR codes. Okay, that's nice. Open this bad boy up. Ugh. So much weight here. This is great. All right, what do we have? So, a little bit of RGB. Really, it just looks like right here. Marketing, we've got the play hard, stay silent. So, that's the theme, I think, is fans. Fan is what everybody's looking for. I mean, the cooler is massive. 4 slots, once again, you have a minimum 3 in the back that you're gonna have to have open. And then, the extra thickness of the fans and the shroud here are gonna need it. A little bit more RGB up here on the front side of it. Once again, the cable is in the front here, so you'll either be bending up or down based on whatever way you want to do your cable management. This as well kind of has a similar story. We have one HDMI 2.1A, which is good for up to 8K at 60 hertz HDR. And then we have 3 DP 1.4, what is it, 1.4A, yeah, on the back of this. It would be, nice once again, maybe to get the DP 2.0 in here, but I don't know, baller status again, right? So this one does have multiple BIOS, so if you need to flashback or you want to test out different things, it does have 2 BIOS on it. So this is the gaming trio. And for good measure, we got one with an AIO built in. This one's the one I think is going to be nice because I definitely want to compare on the bench the MSI versus the MSI with and without the AIO just to see if there is, a big difference in just overall cooling and performance gained from this, right? So from, overall very, very similar specs, nothing major changes except, we slapped an AIO on it. Okay, now, this open. So, you get a mouse pad. Okay, you can go hang out over there. Okay, let's get this. So, the graphics card only has 1 fan this time. And this might be, I know the price, I don't even want to know what the price is. Look, there is going to be some value in this one because it's only taking up 2 slots, right? So for somebody trying to build, I don't know, it's hard to say, like a system, you do take 2 slots here, and if you've got a spot to mount the AIO maybe on the bottom of the case or somewhere where, the pump's at the right angle, maybe on the front of the case, obviously, where you have space, it might help out with not having to have 4 slots in the back of your computer if you don't have 4, or you're gonna hit, maybe you have other cards in there, maybe you have a capture card, you just can't move down, and that 4 slot beast over here I mean, this thing almost looks like 5, but for a slot, it's gonna hit something else, especially if you have your own capture card or something in there. You know, you're really gonna have to think about, maybe this is an alternative to only taking up 2 slots of the system. And you know what? Did they give me yes, cables. Let's see what they did on this one. This one is a 4. So interesting enough, the previous one was a 3 cable, 3-to-1 at 850. This is a 4-to-1 at 850. And as you can see, it's going to plug in right here on, so we actually pretend like we mount this in the computer, like so. I'm gonna look at it my side for you. If you were to plug it in, let's say we mount it, your cabling would be here, and you need to go up or down. Now, it has a switch on it, and this says gaming or silent. Once again, website doesn't have all the details end to end yet on this, and I think, you know, MSI was just getting it up there. Hopefully they'll publish more details what this is. I would be curious if the noise goes up that much going from gaming to silent. I mean, you do have the AIO here doing the work. Now, doesn't look like there's any RGB on the fans, and once again, it doesn't really talk about RGB in this one at all. So just a little bit right here, obviously, but the AIO doesn't look like it has any. Just out of curiosity, what is it? Yeah, standard 3-pin RGB header. So if by chance you wanted to swap out the fans for something with RGB, as long as it looks like you could plug into it, it looks like it's gonna work. That's it. So we have a total of 3 of them that we kind of unboxed and looked at. Unfortunately, we can't do numbers yet. I don't even know how the heck I want to stand this thing up. Go like that. How's that hang? It's going to be messy. So look, that's the 4090s. And we're going to look at the performance of them. You know, we might not try to rush to get our videos out, but ultimately, we do want to do some comparisons against definitely like the 3090s and what is it, 6900 XT, right, the high-end one. So we want to hit the 3 high-end ones, kind of compare them against each other. Anybody who's buying this knows why they're buying it. So there's no real value in saying, oh, how much better is this than, you know, a 3060? That doesn't make sense. So we will focus on high-end comparisons of these, not really picking on the little guy, and we will get those numbers out as soon as we can. In the meantime, I don't know. I think we could do something else with these. I mean, as heavy as these things are, I think we should use them as workout equipment. I don't know. Let's go see how much of a workout we can do with these. Let's go do that, Hayne. Let's go do a workout, man.